The Jewish Story. This week's story from the Holocaust is taken from the book A Lucky Child, a memoir of surviving Auschwitz as a young boy, written by Thomas Buergenthal. Bread from Heaven. Our car was so crowded at first that despite the fact that we were riding in open cars in January, Michael, Janek and I were kept warm by the bodies that pressed against us. After a day or two, to avoid being trampled, we decided to work our way towards a corner of the car. People were dying all around us, and when our guard was asked what should be done with the bodies, he said to throw them out. That was being done with increasing frequency as the days went by. Our car was gradually becoming less crowded until it was no longer difficult to walk from one end to the other. The snow and wind seemed never to let up, and we could feel the cold more now than ever before. There were fewer warm bodies pressing against us now. Our bread was long gone, and all we had to eat was snow. We pretended that it was ice cream, although I doubt that we remembered what ice cream tasted like. The nights in the car were horrendous. The hunger and cold were wearing people down, not only physically, but also mentally. Some began to hallucinate. They walked into the walls of the car, making noises like animals. They seemed to be seeing ghosts or monsters. They would fall over us or run into us and scream while waving their arms wildly, as if trying to hit us. We soon noticed that these men seldom survived the night. But as I was thinking that it would surely be only a matter of a day or two before I, too, would die and be thrown overboard, a miracle occurred. As the train moved slowly through Czechoslovakia, making frequent stops, we began to see men, women, children standing on the bridges we passed under. They waved to us and shouted, and then loaves of bread began to fall into our train. Under the first bridge, Michael was able to catch a loaf and told me to hold on to it, while he and Janek readied themselves for the next. I put the bread under my legs. When they came back, the bread was gone. Somebody had managed to steal it from out under me, and I was too numb with cold to feel it. But soon we had more bread, because the Czechs kept throwing it at us from the bridges. Had it not been for that Czech bread, we would not have survived. I never learned how this magnificent campaign had been mounted, but as long as I live, I will not forget these angels. To me, they seem to be angels who provided us bread as if from heaven. Please pass on this story. Shabbat Shalom from Peter.